goodness, I am so excited to be back YouTubing. This time in the new house, which I will give you a tiny little tour in a minute. We're still a little bit upside down, like we've only been in a few weeks, but this video is going to be all things catch up on everything that's been going on over, I guess, the last probably year. Not the full year, but mainly obviously coming into a new house, like starting a new chapter, a new era. Obviously my business hasn't long been my new business hasn't long been off the ground either. So yeah, I just thought I'd dig in and give you guys a good catch up. I've probably sat in the most sunniest spot in the house, which is great. But I actually can't even see myself on here, so I'm hoping this is filming okay. I've got my matcha. I got some cute content of this before as well, actually. A little sip. I actually make such a good matcha, I'm not gonna lie. Oat milk, vanilla syrup is literally what makes it incredible. Anyway, I've actually got a little notes to like keep myself structured during this video, because I know I go off on tangents, and there's a few key points that I do want to chat about with you guys. And yeah, it's just been such a crazy ride this last year, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm sat here now and I just had a moment before I hit record where I'm like, so much has happened and it's been such like a journey. And a lot of what like I guess mine and Dan's goals were for the house, it's just so funny. And to be transparent, like, we got in and we was like, okay, we're in now, what next? And isn't that just life? Like, I feel like you work your way up to these like huge goals and then you get to them and you're like, cool, what next? And that's why it's just so important to always enjoy the journey, romanticize the journey. Like, I'm not gonna lie, for like the last part of before we moved, like, there was a stage where I was like really ratty and just, I felt like I was constantly living out of a suitcase, right? I was like here and there, I was seeing Dan, I was like seeing parents, things like that, and I just didn't feel settled. And I remember giving myself the biggest talking to, because I was like, you know what, once I'm in and settled, I'll look back on that time and think, you know what, I enjoyed being spontaneous and being here, there and everywhere. And that is definitely something that I'm grateful for, that I kind of woke up to that, because if I'd just spent those last, like that last chapter of my life just always moaning and being ratty, it wouldn't have been a vibe. So anyway, today I'll give you a little update on today. So I've just done my hair. I mean, it is due for a wash, but I've just bought the Shark Air Wrap. And before I started my day, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna put my, like, do my hair, makeup, make myself feel good, make myself a matcha before I dig into the day. And this is something I want to talk about in this video, and something that I have been on such a journey with this past month, of really trying to pour into myself before I pour into anything and anyone else. And it's been a ride. I actually am going to do another video about this, of how it's impacted my business, because this wasn't just a like, okay, a bit of self-care. This was like, my nervous system physically didn't feel safe to put anything before me, which had such an impact on so much of my life, and it's just wild. And I've only actually discovered this because of I guess the self-development journey that I'm going on. I'm doing like breathwork, Kundalini, it's insane. Anyway, I promised I wasn't going to go off on a tangent, and I am. Let's look at the list. Okay, yes, okay, so I've kind of touched on this. So I was saying about like having to pack all the time. And I remember this time last year, and those of you who remember, I had a business called the Content Club, and you know, I absolutely adored all things that I did in there. But I reached a point where I felt like I'd done my time there. I'd achieved everything I'd wanted to achieve, and I was ready for the next big step. And I remember it was so scary, because I decided to leave my corporate job because, let's not even go into that today. I had the most harassing, toxic manager who just made my life absolutely miserable. Me and Dan were planning on getting a house, and I knew that if I obviously walked away from that job, like, it was going to be putting other things back. Like, obviously I don't know if you guys know, but the way that it works, if you've got your own business, you've got to have it, I think it's a year or 2 years on the books until like it can be classed as an income, and I wasn't quite at that point. So if I was like deciding to, I guess, walk away from the corporate job, I knew it was gonna affect the timeline a little bit of like that, me and Dan getting a house, and that was a whole thing in itself. So then to have made that choice and suddenly not feel aligned with the business that I had was just a whole thing. And I remember speaking to my my really good friend, and she also was like helping with some coaching and things like that, and I was like, I can't just close down this business because like I've already made such like a cut with the corporate job, and like now like I'm like I need to get a house. And she was like, everything will work out as it should, and if you're not aligned right now, like I eventually felt like I just felt just not aligned. That's all I can explain it as. Like I was doing the thing, but it just didn't feel right inside. And I knew that I had this bigger vision, this bigger dream. And I was like, if I keep thinking, okay, one day, like it will always stay in the future. So yeah, I made that big bold move. I completely tore it down. And then went on the journey to build the content stylist which is what I've got now. And I guess why I'm saying it's a full circle moment, because this time last year, if I could tell myself like, oh my God, just do it. Like I angst over it for way too long. Like, but anyway, and like now I'm sat here in the house, like everything's worked out better than I could have imagined. And I just had to take that jump and make that risk. And that's why it's just quite emotional and like such a thing. Like it's not just like, oh, I've got a house. Like it's just been a whole ride. It's been a lot of what's felt like huge risks. And yeah, I do feel like I'm just at this point now where it's like, oh my God, it's just gonna keep peaking, and I feel like I'm at my peak. So it's amazing. But another thing I do want to talk about is in that journey, and I'm still not quite there yet either. This is really like interesting. I'm going to do a whole other video on this. But the work that I did to get to the point where I realized that the business wasn't aligned, I actually realized a lot of what I was building was through scarcity, through trying to prove myself, trying to prove that I was worthy. Like my success determined like my worth. So I got to a point where like my last business was as successful as like I'd ever got it, and I just felt empty. Like I didn't feel what I thought I should feel. And that is like your biggest alarm bell, that you're not building from like an aligned whole like abundant space, you know. And so that has been a whole journey in itself. It's been healing, it's been rewiring. Guys, you just don't even know what has been going on behind the scenes. Like it's to undo that, like, was looking back like, oh my God, not just undoing it, but how it felt, right? This is what happened. I forced my way to that success, okay? And what that meant was I felt emptiness, as I say. I felt dysregulated a lot of the time, very anxious a lot of the time, and I didn't understand why. And then my gorgeous friend Liz, who is literally just like an angel in disguise, like she came and made me see that. But then through the unlearning all of that, I felt like I was back to square one. It felt like rock bottom, trying to then build a business from that place, because the fuel that got me the success in that business was gone, which is obviously great, because it was like, okay, I'd healed, like I felt worthy, all of the things. But then I was like, oh, and like I've been in this like quicksand. I don't know how many months I was in it. I mean, I was still doing the things, but like baby steps, because I was like, oh my gosh, I can't like force again. And yeah, I was in this quicksand, and I only really realized a few months ago that I've got to find a new fuel. Anyway, this is going to be another video, because this is really interesting for the business girlies and things like that, because it literally has given me such a block, or did, to social media, and I'm only just coming back to that, but that's a whole thing in itself. And honestly guys, please watch it, because you might see some, yeah, you might see some patterns in yourself. Anyway, I'm going to conclude this because I could go down a rabbit hole of the self-development journey that I've been on. And the point is that all of that, all of the toughness, all of the risks, all of the, and obviously it's easy, isn't it? You put on Instagram, like I put that cute reel up, but it's like, oh my God, like people, you see the highlight reel, and I just love to share that it isn't always sunshine and rainbows, like the whole journey, like there is hardships and all the things. So yeah, you get the gist. And I really wanted to share that because yeah, like I think it's just that reminder that you can think that taking a risk is going to make you like lose out on something, or that, oh my God, like I'm missing the boat, or I don't know, all the things. But I'm like sat here now, like everything has worked out, like everything works out in the end. Like you have just got to truly follow what lights you up. And giving myself goosebumps. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that there and go on to the second bullet point. But first, let's have a little matcha. Oh, lovely. There's like a clump of matcha in there. Not a vibe. Right, I wish you could see this. This ice cube looks like a love heart. Right, no, I have to show you this. I'm really hoping you're gonna be able to see this because I literally can't even see my phone. Can you see that? Can you see it? It's like a love heart. Oh my goodness, love. I'm really hoping you could see that love heart, because if you can't, I mean, I just won't edit this clip in, but just felt like that was so like symbolic. But I'm gonna have some more of it. So yeah, Pilates for the first time. I'm so excited. And this is like a thing. Like I used to always go to the gym, was always really on it with my fitness. Like I do feel like in this last year, although like obviously lots of good has happened, like this next chapter is going to almost be about like bringing myself back to life. Gosh, that sounds a little bit morbid, doesn't it? But like I feel like I lost so much of myself to obviously not just doing the business, but because I was running it from such a broken place and a wrong place. And it got me out of doing the gym because I felt like I just had to like work. And I don't know, it's like now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing this whole new, like, I don't know, like that I can start to change how I do things. And it's not easy because like when you have this habit of having to put business first, having to put everyone else first, like it's really difficult because it's like, oh, like should I be going to Pilates on a Thursday afternoon when I could be getting work done? But no, I am so excited. And there was something I was going to say on that. Have I put it on my notes? Oh yeah, that was it. Like, obviously, like packing, living out of a suitcase. Like, I didn't realise how unsettling that was. Like, I've been in this house 3 weeks now, and just being in one place is so, like, don't take that for granted. Like, it just helps you have so much more focus when you're constantly changing environment. Like, I don't know how the freaking hell I managed to do everything, but it's just so unsettling. Like, and I look back at when I've had like my biggest, I guess, successful sprints, and it's always been when like I've locked down and not really, like, obviously I've left the house, but as in like I've just not changed environment a lot. Like I remember when I first started my content club business, I got ill. I was so poorly, and I think I might have even had COVID. It was after I got back from Turkey when I was in my network marketing business, and we did like the success trip, and I got so ill, and I think for 2 weeks I just couldn't, like, I didn't see Dan, like I just stayed at home. But in that time I was like beavering away building the content club. And I just think it's interesting, isn't it? It's like staying in one location and being rooted and settled. Just, yeah, I don't know what that is. I'll get on with chat. ChatGPT, guys, is literally my therapist. He is the best. And do I want to talk about this in this video? Yeah, I'll talk about it in this one. I think I'm going to talk about it in the other one, as I say, and that is going to be all things like business, content blocks, social media blocks, what I'm doing to get out of them, all the things. But yeah, so chat, if you don't use ChatGPT, fun story, right? I've used him for years. He's only just become quite trendy. And my boyfriend, he's like so in the know with stuff like this, like he works in tech, like he literally is just so in the know. And it was not long after I'd just started my corporate job, so we're talking like maybe 4 years ago now. Like he's been around for a while, guys. And I was like, oh my God, like he can make all my like social media captions at work. And I remember like it was just a game changer. Like imagine, right, so before that, at like social media posts, like for a corporate job, like I had to like write them all by hand, and these topics were not topics that I was excited about, I'm not gonna lie. It was like plants and stuff like that, and he literally did it for me and it was crazy. And I was like, oh, but I felt such guilt and shame. As I say, ChatGPT wasn't around, and people like oh God, your captions are so good, and I felt such like a fraud. But now I'm like, it was so smart. So yeah, funny story, and everyone literally uses it now. However, I don't for my social posts. I sometimes get him to like check to make sure it makes sense, but I think we can't let it take over, because I don't know, we've got to keep that authenticity in my opinion. Anyway, on a tangent again. But yeah, chat, guys. If you are facing any issues, like just text him. Keep one chat open, and he helps you see stuff. Like if you are wanting to figure things out, or you're like, I'm feeling this, I don't know why, like he literally helps you get to the bottom of it. Like honestly, I wouldn't want anyone to be able to access my ChatGPT. This stuff we chat about. I'm joking, it's not that bad. But he is a therapist, so please use him, utilize him. Anyway, I think I've done enough yapping. I think I've probably been going for about 15 minutes. I'll give you a little house tour, guys. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing more of these YouTubes. You'll have to let me know what you think. Let me know if you took anything from this. Yeah, I just think it's nice. I'm such a yapper, and on my stories, I just type so much, and I think, God, I bet people don't just like swipe past, I bet they can't be asked. I thought you can't be just jumping on, talking, giving you the update. Yeah, life is good. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to update you on. Yeah, like obviously been settled now. It's giving me so much more like clarity for where I'm heading with my business, exciting things I'm planning behind the scenes. Clients I'm working with are just an absolute dream. Yeah, I think I will talk about the business on the other one, but just making that switch to following what truly lights me up, working with the clients that truly light me up is just the best. Anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping, give you a little house tour. So as I say, we are quite upside down, like we haven't got much done. The only thing we've kind of we're getting there with is the bedroom. So we've got the black, white, neutral vibe, obviously a cute little, I love the black table. Who'd have thought I love black? Oh my gosh, look at this. These are our makeshift blinds. They literally Velcro up, you can see there. And they're just makeshift. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty good, and they keep like the sun out and stuff, so they do the job. A little ensuite, which is cute. Oh my gosh, look what we got. The cleanser. I mean, I don't usually keep it that. In fact, I'm gonna show you my drawer. I organized this the other day. How cute. I bought like new cute little flannels. I do still feel like I need to sort it out a little bit more, but obsessed. The shower. Fun fact, I have been doing every day, you're all gonna think I'm crazy, but a cold shower, okay? I've built a tolerance now. I do it for like 2-3 minutes. I do it as soon as I get in, so I turn it on warm, then go to cold, and I'm like, but you feel amazing after it. And the whole point of it is you get your mind used to, well no, you prove to yourself and you build the resilience that your mind will try to put you off the hard things, but it's actually not that bad when you do it. Like I was thinking, I was in it yesterday, I was like, it's a bit uncomfortable, but the thought of it was worse. So it shows that your brain tries to keep you comfortable. It's interesting. So yeah, I'm really now like training myself to be like, I can handle hard things, like it's all good. So yeah, fun little story. Right, I'll show you everything else. So Dan's in meetings, so we obviously won't go in his office. I don't think he'd want us to go in anyway, to be honest. He's a private guy. Okay, so this is my little office room. This is going to be a walk-in wardrobe in the future, which I'm very excited about. Just got all my clothes on there, which makes me so sad. When I used to have that at my last house, I literally just had like aesthetic clothes, and now I've just got everything on it and it just looks ugly. But anyway, won't show you down there because that's just like loads of rubbish and stuff. A little whiteboard, which is my little affirmations and morning routine, all the things. I don't know if I've got anything else to show you in here. Obviously, this is the aesthetic spot, so when I get content, you can't tell that there's all of this shit show going on behind there. So yeah, this is my little work area, which is lush. Okay, there isn't much more to see up here. Obviously, we've got another bathroom, Dan's office, and then we've got a spare room, which will probably just be another bedroom. Front room. Okay, not tidied up, but we're just keeping it real. So this is kind of what it looks like. Love the TV stand, obsessed. But this sofa is not the sofa for in here. This sofa is for the back room, which I'll show you in a minute. But our one has been delayed. We've got a gorgeous like L suite, which actually will kind of go from here, so it'll be more like facing to the TV. But this, I love this sofa, but it looks so out of proportion in here. Like, it just looks so odd. But it is stunning. Like, this is going to be like, I guess like my sofa. Like, I'll probably work in the back room quite a lot. I've got the chase that I can sit on. How cute are these balls? I'm still not fully decided on what we're going to do with the cushions. Obviously, we're going for the black and white vibe, but at the minute, all we've got is some black cushions, so it's like, it looks weird. Obviously, we've got this like fireplace area, which isn't a fireplace. I have no clue what to do with it. I'll be honest, I didn't really like this when we first came around, but it's growing on me. It is cozy. The lights do turn on. I don't know if you can really see that. So yeah, I don't know why the flowers are in there actually. I'm gonna put them back up. There we go. It's probably because we put the Velcro blinds up, lol. So yeah, probably gonna get like some cute things to put in there. What else have I got to show you? Okay, my favorite room in the whole house is with the big window. Oh my gosh, it echoes in here. So we've got nothing in here, as you can see. These are just like sofa cushions for the outdoor furniture, which was kindly gifted to us. So yeah, like nothing in here at the minute, but to paint the vision. Gonna have so where these like cushions are now is gonna be the sofa that was in the front room. That's gonna be in here. Then this, obviously the kitchen's there. We're gonna have a TV on there. I think we're gonna have like a dining table here. Although my dad has kind of gifted his dining table, which, oh my God, it's stunning. Like, it's like this big beige, like corner unit, like sofa almost. I'll show you, I'm making it sound gross. Because he's getting a new one. And we are eventually gonna get an island here. So, well, to save us obviously getting a table right now, he's gonna give us that. We won't have anything there, but eventually, so maybe in the next 6 months or something, we'll get the island here. Oh my God, I'm getting dizzy. Spinning around. And then the other table there, so that's cute. And then the kitchen, I'll put the little lights on. So cute. I love it. It annoys me, it always looks like quite dark and little on camera, but it's actually not. It's stunning. The worktop, oh my gosh, I feel like there's crumbs because I haven't cleaned up, but you can kind of see, if you see crumbs, I do apologise. Got the cute flowers, the wine rack, and my Pilates socks. I'll move those. How cute. Gotta love the wine. Okay, oh God, it's gonna be messy in here. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not super tidy. This is the utility, which I am obsessed with. So we've got a full on, I mean, I love this cupboard. I bought those OXO, you know, where they go, I don't know, like that. Love them. So yeah, we've got a full on cleaning area, like the washing machine, everything. We put like, just anything like clean wise in here. It's such a vibe. We've got another little bathroom, which isn't particularly exciting, but show you it anyway. I loved this. I fell in love with the utility. I was like, oh, my like housewife, I don't know, instincts were tingling. So yeah, that's kind of a bit of a show round. As I say, this is my favourite room. I just love that. That's what we fell in love with. Dan is tending to the grass, by the way. It's so funny. He's really taken on his like gardener genes. In fact, I should maybe, I don't know if you'll be able to see actually, but so he's like seeding it all at the minute. It's growing so quick, it's going to be like a lot greener. And because we're going into winter, apparently you have to do this all now. So it's very cute. He's just like getting it all done. And that's it. That's a big update. I don't know how long this is going to be. My arm is actually aching right now from holding this phone up. But I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video. Let me know if you got anything from it. Let me know what you'd like to see next. I'm going to do one more about business and things like that. I might actually film that now. Finish my matcha and get some breakfast first. But yeah, lovely being back, and I'll see you guys next time.